Starting the class. I will put a mail today to your boss. So I'm going to explain about reports administration. So here the first concept in the reports administration is I'm going to explain about what's happening here. Okay. So here first I am going to start up with the security. So it's all about how to set up your reports and what kind of reports you can set up and what are all the things are there. Before you go for setting up and configuring, there are certain things that you have to establish setting up your reports. So the first thing I'm going to explain about security. So this is all about what you can do here with regarding the reports setup security. As an administrator, you are responsible to grant the permissions. That means who can see the dashboards and list views and accessing the dashboards and even assigning the detailed reports and even the detail. What is happening with my net? Okay, so here I am going to explain about securities, how to set up your dashboards, how to set up list views, and how to access the dashboards, and how to assign the detailed reporting privileges. So that's what we need to look up with all the settings in the reports administration as an administrator. So the first concept all about is how to set up dashboards. So we are going to see this access is not there, but still I'm going to show it because everything is already there enabled, but still I'm going to explain though it is not there in the system. Okay, so I'm going to explain about dashboards, list views, and the spotlight views, permissions. So I'm going to explain now the dashboards permissions, list view permissions, spotlight permissions, and everything. So this is all about setting up security permissions for reports administration as an administrator. So here, as an administrator, you can grant permissions to a different group of users. For dashboards, is meant for you can create for different group of users or individual users, list views and spotlight views. Suppose there is a particular spotlight views, and this particular spotlight view can be accessed to everybody, or it's only for certain employees, even in the dashboards. And like spotlight views are detailed privileges, permissions, and everything. So here, with regarding to view the reporting, okay, if you want to view the reporting. Okay, so there are certain things that we must remember. One is a team view. What is exactly the team view? That means the team view, it indicates that it only shows the data. It only shows the data about the managers of his own team. The team view means the managers, his own team can only be seen the data for the manager's team. And you also have the another one called HR reports. Okay, what exactly the HR reports? HR reports indicates that it shows the data about your HR representatives. Okay, it shows the data for HR representatives. So we must understand all this terminology, otherwise, it's not clarity. It will not be having a clarity on what you are going to learn. Next one, you have a matrix reports. There is something issue with the net. Okay, so next one is about matrix reports. It shows the data about matrix report. Next one, we have a detailed reporting rights. We have a default detailing reporting rights. So here it shows the data about the specified. shows the data about the specified reporting privileges. There is some issue with the net, I think. Why not? So these are all the things that you are going to cover up, like what exactly the team view and what is the HR reports means. It shows the data about your HR representatives, matrix reports, and detailing reporting rights. So it shows the data about specified reports, reporting privileges. Like you want to show the detailed reporting, like for performance related information, or if you want to show the data for users only employees related data. So it's something like you can specify what kind of data should be viewed for the users by all these um, the concepts about the viewing of reporting. So here, as an administrator, you need only, okay, as an administrator, you only need to have the access to dashboards and list views and spotlight views. Okay, as an administrator, you need access to all these. So first, let me explain about the concept called default user permissions. Okay, I'm going to explain about default user permissions. So what exactly the default user permissions means? It indicates the permissions that all applicable for all the active users who are active in the company. The default user permissions. So that means if you want all the existing users and all the new users to have the dashboards access, like access for list views and access to the dashboards, so you are going for the default user permissions. That means the default user permissions are nothing but the permissions that all the active users will have. All the active users will have. For what? For all the dashboards, list views, and list view permissions, and spotlight permissions, and etc. But as for success factors, it is always recommended that granting these permissions as the default user permissions, and it is also going to prevent the users who are not having a direct reports. Okay, so all the active, if you are going to set up the default user permissions, but when you're going to grant this default user permissions, but it is going to prevent the users who have no direct reports. So, and no detailed reporting privileges are defined for using this particular concept default user permissions. So that is why we don't touch these default user permissions, the employees who do not have the direct reports. Okay. So first let me explain how to grant a report access to a specified users. How to grant, it's all about the permissions and access, that what can be accessed by user and what can be defined in the list views or spotlight views. I'm going to tell what is the detailed reporting and spotlight means and what is the list view means, and everything I'm going to explain. But before that, we must be aware of the things that we are supposed to learn, okay, without any confusion. So now I'm going to explain how to grant the report access to a specified users. Okay, how to grant permissions or how to grant access, the report access to a specified users. So here you can grant the access to the dashboards. It's the same like as I'm just repeating, list use and spotlight view permissions to a specific or specified users. So here where you can assign dashboards. So again, you don't have the access in the system, but I'm going to show you. But I'm going to show how the screenshot is also going to look like, because everything is already enabled. But still, I'm going beyond that access you are having. So now you have to go to the admin tools, and then when you go to the admin tools, we have a application like reporting, and then there you will see the dashboards and like list views, spotlight. There is a link like this you will see, and you will see another one, report access. This was the link that you will see in the reporting applications. So you have to go and click on this particular button. So once you click on this particular button, what is the particular screenshot you are going to see about? Okay, I'm going to show you that. Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to explain about here, how to assign the report access to a specified users. It's not about default users. It's that completely given to everybody. But this is for specified users that you want to grant. So, but with regarding this dashboard and list view or spotlight views or report permissions, there are two ways you can set up. One is for individual users and the second one is for a group of users. And you know how to use this functionality very well. So if you are going for setting up for these particular permissions, report permissions for Spotlight, List View, Dashboard for an individual user, you can just go and click on, for example, Carla Grant. So once you click on search for users, and you will see this particular pop-up box here, and you can see there is a dashboard here. Okay, I'm just explaining about the dashboard. I'm not explaining about UCalc dashboard. I'm not explaining about spotlight view or list view. I'm explaining only specifically the dashboard. So once the result is, you can see here, and you can see, not able to see your screen now. Okay, so I'm going to explain about, I'm continuing the class. So you have to come to the reporting and click on application, and then you will see a link like dashboard, list views, spotlight view and report permissions link. And there are two ways where you can set up the specified user permissions by using this group of users and for individual users. And here I'm going to specify here for an individual user. When you click on that, you can see a below pop-up box which is indicated. You can see they have username, first name and last name. But even this Spotlight list view dashboard access can be set up for at once for an individual employee, for all the employees. But now let me explain about the dashboards concept. And here you see in the dashboard column, okay, and here you see if you select no dashboard, that means what does it mean? One second, please. Hello? ఎవరు? Okay, sorry for interruption. And now here, when you're going to set up a permissions for a specified users for dashboard and list view and spotlight view, okay, this is not about how you configure and about it. This is all about permissions, how to set up for all the access. This is what we have to do. This is called setting the permissions for report administration. So now I'm explaining about here. You see the first in the dashboard column, you see the no dashboard. What does it mean? Suppose if you are going to select as a no dashboard, that means you are going to hide the dashboards button for your users. That means this is also going to hide even the dashboards tab also. Once you are going to set up as a no dashboard, you are going to hide the dashboard button as well as the dashboard option will not be able to seen by the users as well. So that is why you have to make sure that as a node, once you hide this button as a node dashboard, even this is also going to hide the dashboards tab for your users. Now you can see all functional and custom applicable role dashboard. That means if you are going to set up all, that means that whatever you are going to set up, whether it is a functional, whether it's a custom, everything you are going to set up for all the users, it is applicable and it will be seen by the users. This is a kind of permission you can also make use for your requirement of the client. Next one, you see the other, that it shows the specified users. That means for your specified user, what is that you want to set up? You want to set up to see the dashboard to set up for performance, goal management is only for CEO, line manager, or HR executive. It's all that thing as I told you, like team view, line manager, HR representative, matrix manager will be applied same like for this particular employee who is having a report. And then once you set up all these as per your requirement, then you have to go and click on save permission for selected users, and then that's how that you have to set up. This is how you have to go on make the permissions available as per your client requirement. Okay, so this is where it will make you, this is all about the link for dashboard and list view, spotlight view, report permissions. So you can set up two ways, for individual users as well as for a group of users. Okay, So next one, let me explain about the detailed reporting privileges. Okay. Next one, I'm going to explain about the first thing is about how to set up dashboards, list views, spotlight view permissions. Now let me explain. I did not call you. Okay. I will explain about detailed reporting privileges. So what exactly the detailed reporting privileges means? So here in this particular detailed reporting privileges, you can specify the permissions for based on the division, based on department, based on location, and even based on HR jurisdictions. And here the detailed reporting privileges can also used for users view a classic reports as well. I'll tell you what is a classic report means. So this is based on the detailed reporting privileges is based on you can set up like division, department and locations and HR jurisdictions. I'll tell you what is HR jurisdictions and all. How that even that also you don't have access, but you'll be having everything. But again, I lost the connection. My God. Something is completely wrong on the side. Okay. Now I am going to explain about detailed reporting privileges. And even this also you can set up based on, as I said, detailed reporting privileges. You can specify based on division, department, location, HR jurisdictions. Okay, so here, and you can also set up even the using these dashboards using classic report. Okay, this only the way that you can grant to the classic report. You can see that once you click on the dashboard, in the same way the screenshot will look like the same way. You can do it maybe for individual user and maybe you can do it for a group of users, and you can look for and you will see the pop-up box and you can see the same thing like you have seen here. That same concept will be seen here, and you can select whatever that you want to see and whatever that you want to grant for detailed reporting privileges, and maybe for employee central performance management and etc. And those things you can select it, and the criteria will be applied for the specified user for the detailed reporting privileges. Okay, now let me explain about spreadsheet reports. What exactly the spreadsheet reports means. Okay, the spreadsheet reports, that means it indicates that spreadsheet reports are something very detailed and highly analytical. Uh, you can see here it is very clearly mentioned. Spreadsheet reports are very detailed, highly analytical, and it provides in-depth analysis about key processes. So users with the permission to generate spreadsheet reports will see the analytics tool, and their reporting tab will list all spreadsheet reports for which they have permissions. That means whatever you are going to set up here based on individual user or maybe for a group of users, you can set up and you will see the specified user, and here you can see note report, all reports and other. So whatever you set up, and you will also, the another important thing is that you will also have access for in the module picker, as the analytic tab also will be seen. And then once it is enabled, based on the criteria for the user, you're going to set up here, and they are able to set up whatever that we're going to select the criteria. These are all the kind of reports, spreadsheet reports. Okay, so again I lost the connection. My God. You can see here the detailed reporting privileges. You can see the how that you are going to see the divisions, that what you want to have for this user to have access. For departments you can select locations, and you can see the department HR jurisdictions and etc. But you have to remember that once you set up HR jurisdictions, other people you will not be having access for it. So you have to be very clear that only HR jurisdictions means the people who are in that HR team or managers will only able to set up, and you will not be able to have the access for location, department and divisions. So remember that it's very very important. Okay, so now let me explain another concept is all about report permissions or permission reports. This we have already seen earlier, that if you want to, as an administrator, to run the security permission reports, okay, who have given access for the proxy management. So within these administration tools, you can set up the proxy management and you can schedule the reports. And even for using the same permission reports, you can also set up for detailed reporting privileges. You can set up for the dashboard, list views, and even spotlight reporting permissions. Also, you can set up whatever that you want to generate reports in the form of a spreadsheet and schedule it, and you will be able to export the file. You can see if you want proxy management, for example, and you can see the dashboard and list view, spotlight, permission reports, and you can talent search. By using this particular concept, okay, you are able to set up the status and submit it, and you can go to the reporting tab and you can see in the scheduled reporting place that you can also download in the form of zip file or in the form of a spreadsheet. I think this we have already seen earlier, the same concept, the permission reports. Let me show you that once again. So I am going to show you that how you can set up, because it's a kind of rewind again. We have already seen the same concept, but still I am going to show you once again. So come to your reporting, not reporting. You have to go and click on set user permission and click on security permission reports. Click on this. And once you set up here, you see, for example, proxy management. So click on it and click submit, and you will see a message immediately at the bottom of the page. Your report has been scheduled, and email will be sent once the report is ready to download. Either you can just go and click on scheduled reporting, otherwise you can just come here and click on reports again, the reports tab, and you are able to download. So in the reports tab, exactly, click on dashboards. Sorry. Yeah. And here you see the scheduled reports. Click on it, and you can see whatever that you have scheduled. You can see security permissions is not started status, and it is today's 27th day. Once it is ready, you can just also select it and refresh also if it is not ready. Okay, it's on progress, it is generating whatever the proxy management access is given. So that will be scheduled here, that you can use it to download, and you can modify whatever the changes, and you can do whatever you want by using this scheduled reports for setting up your permission, set user permission reports. It's not only for proxy management, it's for even list views or dashboards, spotlight views. Got struck with the screen. Okay. So this is how you can set up your permissions for using the detailed reporting privileges, like the dashboard and list view, spotlight permissions you can generate, and you can access from the scheduled reports, and you can generate it. That's how you can do that. So now let me explain about the report settings. Okay, I'm going to explain about report settings. So here we will concentrate on how you can create a dashboards. How to create a dashboards we will see here. So here, if you want to set up a dashboard as an administrator, okay, so administration tools, in the administration tools you have a a number of options that you can use to customize the dashboards reports within your SuccessFactors instance. So if you want to create and modify the dashboards, okay, so you can create the dashboard something like, at a certain what exactly the dashboard. The dashboard is nothing but it is a one page view. It is a one page view. It is nothing but it is a one page view. It contains the charts or something like, graphs, or all these are called as a, okay, all are called as portlet. All these are called as a portlet, so that you can generate. So it depends upon, okay, for a particular people that you want to generate, it depends upon completely for your company that you are having, the type of employees you are having. So now let me tell you how to manage a dashboard. Manage a dashboard. Okay, so as an administrator, you are going to create a new dashboards, or you can also use existing dashboards. Okay, and you can also show the dashboards. You can hide the dashboards for your users. You can hide the dashboards. You can do whatever you want. So click on again Admin Center and click on Reporting tab and click on Dashboards here. So go and click on the dashboards. So here you are going to create. You can show the dashboard. You can put the dashboard as a default, and you can set the dashboard as narrow and wide, and you can add the number of portlets. There is no limit. Okay, again I am going offline, my god. And you can see the actions button. If you want to copy the dashboard, you can also copy the dashboard. My god, it is completely issue with the net. So if you want to create, okay, if you want to create a new dashboard, you can modify the dashboard. You can see, you can set up whatever the way you want. If you want to copy it, you can copy. If you want to edit the dashboard, you can click on edit button and do whatever you want. So I'm going to create our own dashboard as you like. So click on create a new dashboard. Okay. So when you go and click on create a new dashboard, a blank template, a Portlet dashboard template will come. Mhm. Let me complete, no problem. So you can name it the dashboard name. You can name the dashboard name for reporting. And if you want, you can also put the dashboard like description. And whatever you are going to set up here, this is for your users. And what is the layout that you want to set up for your users? As wide or narrow, wide, narrow, NNW, wide, narrow, narrow. So I'm going to select here the selection layout that it's going to look like when you're going to define a reporting dashboard. So now just go and click on, okay, this is the dashboard. You see whatever the selection you have selected, you are going to have access. You'll be able to see the layout like this: narrow and wide. This is how that you are going to see. Now here, what exactly you want to insert portlet? What exactly you want to insert here, and what is that you want to insert a portlet? So now simply just go and click on insert a portlet. So once you are going to click on insert a portlet, okay, now a pop-up window opens here on the same screen, and then you can select what exactly that you want to add. You can see average competency rating overall, and if you want to add, you can just select whatever you want. Competencies, you can see everything, goals and talent, compensation, and everything. Whatever that you want to add, you can just go and add. Okay. Say for example, I want to add form status grouped by workflow or average workflow for performance assessment, overall goal rating distribution. Go and click add it. If you want to see the overview of this particular screenshot, you can just go and click on it. You can see how it is going to look like, that particular dashboard that you are going to add. Okay, you can see the sample that you are going to add. So you can just go and add it. Just go and click on add the dashboard. Just go and click on it. Simultaneously it will take to the place where you want it. So if you want to add, that is not showing. Okay, now we have to see that you have to select based on that. It is for narrow, so you have to select based on that. It is for narrow. You can just go and add it. You can see there is a portlet I have added, and you can see there is another portlet I want to add here. This is also available for portlet, form status booked by workflow, or something for compensation. So it is this aligned goals by completion. You can add it. It is available. Next, wide. Yes, same for me as well. Okay, click on wide, and you can add the portlet like average complex rating, and you can see this is where you will be able to see. Okay, and by using this particular dashboard creation, you can also change the sequence. You can see, you can change the sequence. Okay, and where you want to put it, as a top or below or a bottom, and if you want to make it somewhere, you can see you have an option here. And if you want to delete this particular portlet, you can also delete. And if you want to insert a lot of things, like you can also go and insert. Okay, so you can also expand it. You will be having an expand button when you set up. Okay, and now once you set up all these, what you can do, simply just go and click on the save dashboard that you are creating now. You can just go and click on save the dashboard. So now you can see there is the dashboard I created, and you can see the layout of the dashboard when you click on it, and you are able to see it. So this is what exactly how you can create and modify the dashboards by using the reporting concept. It's very simple. But anyway, if there is no, you are all not able to see my screen, but still I am recording it. But if there is no problem, if there is a problem from my end, even I should not be able to log in with my system, in my system as well. There is some issue with the net. I don't know from where it is. Okay, so this is where how you can create your own dashboards, and you can say whatever you want, and you can do. So this is how you can modify, and you can see there are three dashboards I have. There are three portlets I have added. If you want to edit again, if you want to copy, if you want to put it as a default, you can also put it as a default. Whatever you want, you can do it. So once you set up these, creating a dashboards, and where exactly you will be having access for all this. And one more important thing, once you set up, you can also hide the dashboards, you can show the dashboards, and everything you can do. Click on here, and click on the dashboards button, and you will be having access here, the dashboards here you see. And you see this is the dashboard I created just now. Okay, and you will be having access, and you will be able to generate based on the criteria you are going to set up. You see, goals, competition, average overall rate, average competency, these are all the things that I have set up just now. So this is just that dashboard, how you can modify and create your own dashboards. You can see all the existing dashboards here in the system, everything, and you can see the next as well. So you can also have a filtering option as well, and if you want to save the settings, if you want to export to Excel, you can also go and click on export to Excel, and automatically system will be generating a file. And you also have a display options. What exactly you want to show? You want to show the status, view, completion, HR manager, weight of the poll, and field level. And you also have options like what is the start date and end date of this particular report that you want to generate. And you also have a filtering option that, as I told you, the team view, none of the above, and you want to make it is from the starting myself. And if you want to show the report for, you can see the list views, you can see like divisions, department, and location, but you don't see the HR jurisdictions because I did not set up that one. It's all about whatever we have seen from the beginning, the same thing you are able to see here. You can see everything here. How do you want to generate a report? and you want to include certain employees. It's only for managers and it's only for all forms and goals, and you can generate and you can refresh it and click on update, and based on that you will be able to see the result at the bottom of the page. You can see now the reports has been saved. Now if you want to save the dashboard, you can also go and save all the reports that you have generated by using the creating a dashboard. Okay, so this is how you can create and modify the dashboard. Okay, now let me explain another concept called portlet permissions. Another concept called portlet permissions. These are all very easy concepts. Okay, we have a concept called portlet permissions. What exactly the portlet permissions? The portlet permissions that define where you can create portlets which are available that you want to use in your dashboards. The portlet permissions can be managed within your reporting section of your administration tools. So I'm going to explain here. You can just come back to your admin tools and click on reporting button. And now here you see the portlet permissions. Okay, you can see here there is a concept called portlet permissions. Click on this, and when you click on this you will be able to see the existing portlets are available. Okay, you can see the existing portlet. You can see, like, what are all the things that you are seeing there, you are able to see. And if you here you can define the number of entries that you want to display in your portlet. That means you want to make it available, or you want to display it there in that particular dashboard creation, or if you want to hide it from here. Here, if you are going to remove that particular any of the link that is available in the portlet, talent succession, compensation, and everything, you will not be able to see that in the dashboard creation. So even if it is available, these are standard ones, the portlet categories that you want to make it available when you're going to create the portlet, the dashboard. So again, when you go to the dashboard, okay, when you go to the dashboard and click on it, and here you will be able to have access to the dashboards here. And here you will be able to have the access, and you will be able to set up. And here when you define, you are going to see something like portlet insert, right? So insert a portlet. So you see what are all these? These are all nothing but portlet permission that you are going to make it available, and only once whatever you are going to make it available, those things are only you can insert here when you are going to create or modify the dashboard reporting. Okay. And here, when you come to the dashboards, okay, you come back to the dashboard. If you want to hide anything that dashboard, you will be, okay, removed from the dashboard from your particular analytics tab. Okay, so this is how that once you remove the reporting, you can just come back to your reporting tab, and here you will not be having access. You will not be able to see the reporting now. See, whatever you are going to make it available in the dashboards button, only those things you are able to see. Okay, now let me explain about filtering options. Okay, so this we have already seen the filtering options. So these is filtering options are nothing but you are going to enable the reports, okay, that users want to choose or has on.